Hello and welcome to the Dark Mount video review for Transformers Generations Combiner Wars Offroad. Offroad is the kind of like auxiliary member for Combiner Wars Menasor. How do they say it in the designer desk video? Menasaur. I can't even say it wrong the right way. Menasaur. I don't know. For Menasor. They put this guy in place of Wild Rider for some reason, and everyone lost their minds. He's basically the Alpha Bravo. I like him. He's really cool. I think he adds some much needed diversity. He's pimping the same general color scheme in his vehicle mode, but you will see when we get into his robot mode, he brings his own unique flair to the mix of colors. So I'm a big fan of him. I'm not planning on replacing Alpha Bravo or, well, I'm going to get the G2 versions of these guys, so they're going to come with their other dudes. But these guys are going to stick around, because I like him and I like Alpha Bravo. Him more so. I really like this guy. He's cool. He's good guys. He's good people. He comes with this foot handgun thingy. His special tooling is this. Can be popped onto the back, like so, and become that thing that it is. That it's obviously one of those things that you see all the time. I gotta go. For the sake of continuity with my other reviews, I'm going to show him off with Fence Projects Wild Rider. So you can see he kind of like stole his color scheme a little bit, although he went a little more gray with it and he added this little ziggly zaggly, so here he is with DTOM Ratchet and the new Robots in Disguise Jazz. Transforming Offroad's pretty simple. It's gonna break the whole front half of his car up like that. Then come in here and just pop these out. They kind of lightly clip around there. You're not gonna break anything, but just pop those out. Then you can open this whole bottom part up, pull the arms out, and these little kind of like half a hexagon, or actually I get to be an octagon, kind of like tab into that little section right there. So undo that, and then you can fold these down, aerial bot style, and re-secure the legs. And then you want to raise his shoulders up. Flip his head around. And reposition this like so. And it actually kind of like clips in a little bit. And there you have Offroad in his robot mode. And whether or not you hate it, I have actually taken to using these as giant shoulder pads. For some reason, I just like that. It also differentiates him a little bit from First Aid, who uses this mold. Here he is with Fans Projects Wild Rider. Obviously he can hold his weapon like all of the other Combiner Wars figures. They can all hold their weapons, just in case I forget to mention it specifically. He is one of the lucky few who can also undermount his, so that's great. Articulation is decent enough. He's got a good range of motion on his head. Doesn't have a whole lot of up and down or waggle room, but you get enough. I feel like a lot of these guys could be better, but they have such great face sculpts. Speaking of, this is his awesome face. And I actually can't remember if I showed off all of the awesome Stumpticons faces, so I'll just do that as a quick bonus right now. Pretty sure I showed off breakdown. And drag strip. He has a ball joint for his shoulder. It can also go up and down for a transformation. This thing can kind of become a problem sometimes, but everything moves out of the way and it's really just not a problem ever. I mean, if you want to go upside down straight out, you can't. It's really about the only thing he can't do, so they did a good job, especially considering his giant door panels and giant back thing that he can move his stuff pretty freely. He has kind of like a above the elbow swivel and some lightly ratcheted elbows and then no hand articulation. His arms are just kind of like sticks, but whatever. Robot doesn't bug me. He has waist rotation, surprisingly. He has ball joint, rotation, and knee, and no foot. My final thoughts on this figure are very positive. I'm really kind of loving all the Stunticons so far. I'm a little more lukewarm on Dragstrip, as I've said a couple times, but they're all very good, and this guy continues that. The mold is really good too, and it continues to be really good when it gets used for first aid with a little bit of modding that they did. They did some retooling to make the truck bed a little bit different back here, and it's more kind of like a van than the pickup truck this is going for. So I'm definitely a fan, and we'll check that out after this, actually. Because Defensor is next, and then Devastator, and then other tours. I don't know what to say about this guy other than the fact that I really like him. I feel like a lot of people might not like the giant car thing on his back, but it really doesn't bug me. It clicks in well, it doesn't make him back heavy or anything, and it gives him an interesting profile. I don't mind car junk on my robots, or plane junk, or whatever, alt mode stuff. I don't mind that. I think it gives them character, it gives them unique silhouettes and makes them recognizable, so if this is how Offroad looks, this is how Offroad looks. I'm down. Get down! So, yep, I definitely recommend him. I think he's a good toy. I like him a lot. And, yeah, there's not really all that much to say about him. He's just a pretty solid toy who is a kind of random member who doesn't really have any lore, so I guess you can kind of pretend he is whatever you want him to be. And in Vangelis's case, that's a scary geisha man. I don't judge. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.